My life before the LRA war was very fine. I was physically fine, and I could do my farming and housework very well to sustain my family. But one day, as I was coming from the market to pick some groceries, I got caught up between an exchange of fire between the LRA rebels and the NRA government soldiers. As I was trying to run for safety, I was shot in my leg. I don't know whether I was shot by the rebels or by the government soldiers. This was the day that the Atiak massacre happened and many people lost their lives. I lost 5 of my elder children to the LRA war, and I'm now only left with the young ones.
When it comes to women, they have suffered because of the numerous sexual violence that they encountered. They are now living with diseases like HIV/AIDS, fistula, which our hospitals, our health facilities do not have those specialized units to handle the same. So they are still living with these conditions. There are also other conditions like the bullets, the victims who have bullets in their bodies as a result of the war, either from the abductions or maybe when they are running away from, the bush and all that. And then there are other physical injuries that, they have. They're also facing issues of discrimination in the society. They're being called all sorts of names. They are being called wives of Kony. So they are just living there, but they are segregated. The transitional justice policy, it's a framework that was just designed by government to address issues of justice, reconciliation, and peace. And especially it was because of the war that happened in the northern Uganda. This TJ policy was designed by the National Transitional Justice Working Group through the Justice, Law and Order sector. It was in 2008. From that time, it has undergone several, amendments until recently that it was approved. So since 2008 to this year in June, so that's roughly 11 years before Cabinet approved the same. Transitional justice policy has a range of mechanisms that have been put in place. First, it has the issue of reparation, and reparations might be wide. It's wide because we'll be having individual reparations and communal. And another thing that is also catered for in the policy is the issue of truth-telling. What the victims want is a true account of what happened and acknowledgement that the series of events happened at that time, and they want that acknowledgement, especially from the government, that there was something wrong. So by coming up with this transitional justice policy, some of these issues, like to do with compensation, apology, memorialization, will be covered and will be offered to the victims once there is a law in place. A transitional justice policy, it will be very important because it covers all aspects of formal and informal justice, and especially if it is implemented. If the structures have been put in place the way it is, there are various stakeholders, various ministries, then it will be very helpful to the victims.
If the government can help me to support my health and help me meet the needs of my children, like paying their school fees, then at least my heart would be at peace.